நாம் அழுது புலம்புவதிலும் பார்க்க இவர்களின் கனவுகளை நாங்கள் நனவாழ்வதற்கு என்ன செய்யலாம் என்றதை தான் நான் கதைக்க போகிறேன். அடுத்தது நான் இதை ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்ல போகிறேன் என்றால் இளஞ்சந்ததிகளுக்கு இதை நீங்கள் போய் சேர வேணும் என்றதை மனதில் இருத்தி நான் இதை ஆங்கிலத்தில் கதைக்க போகிறேன். மன்னிக்கிறேன். I am pleased to join everyone today to commemorate the loss of these pioneers who laid the foundation of our freedom struggle. We are at a crucial juncture in our struggle for freedom and right to shape our own political destiny. This year marks the 10th anniversary of Mullivaikkal, the peak of Sri Lanka's genocidal onslaught on the Tamils living in the island. The end of war has not led to the end of oppression or violence against Tamils. Our people remain subjugated in militarized towns and villages with no political solution and no economic future. Throughout our struggle, the duty of the diaspora has been to provide voice to our people who are unable to express their aspiration due to draconian laws and state oppression. This has not changed since the end of the war. In fact, our voice is needed more than ever in the international forums and world's capitals. I am here today representing the British Tamil Conservatives. We live in a country that has had a significant role in shaping the political demography of Sri Lanka and of course our struggle. Sri Lanka of course was a British colony. However, even after independence, UK was involved in a Via-Fox agreement and by being part of the quartet of the Norwegian-led peace process. Following the end of the war, UK has led efforts to create an independent international investigation into the crime against humanity committed by Sri Lanka. The Conservative Party under David Cameron put independent international investigation in their 2015 manifesto, and once assuming power led to drafting of the UNHRC resolution. Since then, the UK has played a pivotal role and currently in the leading the core group in Sri Lanka at the UN. Given UK's involvement in the island of Sri Lanka, we the British Tamils are uniquely placed to shape our host country's policy on affairs impacting our people and our nation. The British Conservative focus our efforts in advocating for our people's aspirations within the Conservative Party. Whilst we have much more to achieve, we have had notable and meaningful success. Since I was here last year, we have engaged with the FCO. We persuaded FCO to release £1 million to help nearly 600 families in the Jaffna, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu and Batticaloa district of Sri Lanka. Called for FCO intervention in the arrest and threat to family members of a Tamil journalist in Sri Lanka who worked for a diaspora news portal, establishing journalists to safely travel to the UK. Challenged the FCO for using term National Accountability Mechanism in a response to public petition which led to FCO's response being dismissed by the parliamentary committee responsible. Challenged FCO on its action on Priyanka Fernando's case. Called on the FCO to include time-bound action plan, UN monitoring presence and UN evidence collection in the UNO resolution. Engaging with the APPG for Tamils were organized a letter from APPGT to welcome arrest warrant for Brigadier Priyanka Fernando and another letter welcoming the legal cases filed against Gotabaya Rajapaksa in the US. In the parliament, we have organized for parliamentary question by 2 conservative MPs on Easter Sunday attacks with reference to implication in Tamils. Organized parliamentary question by a conservative MP on accountability and Sri Lanka's failure at UNHRC delivery. Working with the party, we invited a genocide recognition campaign within the Conservative Party, hosted an informal reception in Parliament for community members to meet with Conservative MPs, hosted a highly successful event at Conservative Party conference attended by 4 secretaries of state and many ministers and MPs. Many members of parliament called for genocide recognition. The health secretary declared, "We literally cannot run the NHS without Tamils." We received a video message from the Prime Minister for the Thai Pongal. Much more need to be done, and if we unite as a community and share the workload, we can achieve our goals. I call on all here today to join us in engaging our members of parliament and progressing our struggle forward. Today, as we remember kith and kin who lost their lives, limbs and livelihood during Black July, let's resolve to join hands and work towards achieving justice and realizing our aspiration. We praise and encourage all individuals and organizations who work in the ground to empower and uplift the livelihood of our people in their economic, well-being and sports initiatives to strengthen their hope. We thank the organizers, particularly the SAM, for bringing all like-minded organizations on one platform to commemorate for the unforgettable event in our history. United we stand, divided will fail. Thank you.